Golden light fills the nursery as soft rain taps against the window pane. A newborn baby sleeps soundly in a wooden crib. A loyal golden puppy rests on the rug, ears twitching. A watchful kitten perches on the windowsill, eyes reflecting the warm glow. The room is a sanctuary of peace and quiet comfort. Suddenly, the front door clicks open with a sharp, metallic sound. Cool, damp air rushes into the hallway, swirling through the house. The puppy lifts his head, sensing a shift in the atmosphere. The kitten leaps from the sill, landing silently on the nursery floor. They exchange a quick, knowing glance, their instincts fully alert. The puppy trots to the crib, sniffing the air with concern. He nudges the crib frame gently with his wet nose. The kitten jumps onto the mattress, curling beside the infant. She purrs softly, a rhythmic vibration meant to soothe the baby. The puppy pushes the stroller closer to the bedside with his paws. Together, they carefully maneuver the infant from the crib to the stroller. The baby stirs, but remains asleep, cradled by the soft blankets. The puppy checks the hallway, his tail tucked in focus. The kitten nudges the stroller toward the open front door. They move with coordinated precision, acting as silent, dedicated guardians. Rain has softened to a light, misty drizzle outside. The puppy leads the way, his eyes scanning the dark street. The kitten stays tucked beside the baby, keeping the blanket secure. They navigate the sidewalk, avoiding puddles in the dim light. The puppy stops, listening to the wind rustling through the trees. They reach the edge of the local park, bathed in moonlight. Glowing trees provide a canopy of shelter from the drizzle. The puppy finds a secluded spot beneath a large oak. The kitten settles the stroller firmly against the tree trunk. The baby remains peaceful, unaware of the journey taken. The puppy circles the stroller, establishing a perimeter of safety. The kitten curls up at the baby's feet, purring steadily. Back at the house, the front door swings wide in the wind. The parents step inside, shaking off the damp night air. They call out a greeting, expecting the usual quiet evening. The father walks toward the nursery, smiling to himself. He reaches the doorway and stops, his smile vanishing instantly. The crib is empty, the blankets pushed aside in haste. The mother enters behind him, her breath hitching in her throat. She touches the cold mattress, her eyes wide with terror. They search the room, checking behind curtains and under furniture. Panic begins to set in as they realize the pets are gone. The father rushes to the open front door, staring into darkness. The mother cries out, her voice trembling with frantic realization. They step out into the rain, desperate to find their child. The puppy hears distant, frantic voices echoing through the park. He stands tall, ears pricked, guarding the sleeping infant. The parents run through the wet streets, calling out names. The puppy gently nudges the stroller toward the main path. The parents turn the corner and freeze in their tracks. They spot the stroller resting under the soft park light. Hope surges as they sprint toward the small, glowing circle. The baby wakes, looking up with wide, curious eyes. The kitten sits beside the baby, watching the approaching figures. The puppy sits firmly in front, a silent, loyal sentinel. The parents fall to their knees, weeping with immense relief. The family is reunited, safe under the gentle park canopy. The front door swings wide, revealing an empty, silent nursery. A mother gasps, her hand flying to her mouth in sudden terror. The father drops his keys, the metallic clatter echoing through the hall. They rush to the empty crib, frantically searching the shadows. Panic surges as they realize the stroller is also missing. The father runs outside into the cool, damp night air. He calls out his child's name, his voice trembling with fear. The mother follows, her eyes scanning the dark, rain-slicked street. They spring toward the intersection, rain soaking their frantic faces. In the park, the puppy's ears twitch at the distant shouting. He stands tall, his posture rigid and alert near the stroller. The kitten purrs softly, curling tighter against a sleeping baby. The baby stirs, but remains calm under the protective animal gaze. Soft, ambient park lights cast long shadows over the trio. The puppy lets out a low warning growl toward the street. He senses the approaching chaos and prepares to defend his charge. The kitten watches the park entrance with wide, glowing eyes. The parents turn the final corner, their breathing ragged and heavy. They scan the park, desperate for any sign of life. The father stops abruptly, pointing toward the glowing, ancient trees. The mother freezes, her heart hammering against her ribs. They see the silhouette of the stroller beneath the canopy. Terror begins to melt into a wave of overwhelming relief. They rush across the wet grass, abandoning all caution. The puppy watches them approach, his tail giving a single wag. He recognizes the familiar scent and lowers his guard slightly. The parents reach the stroller, gasping for air and sanity. They look down to find their baby awake and peaceful. The child reaches out a tiny hand toward the kitten. The mother falls to her knees, weeping with pure joy. The father touches the puppy's head, his hand shaking uncontrollably. The animals remain steadfast, refusing to leave their post. A silent, profound reunion unfolds under the dripping tree branches. The parents embrace, holding their child close to their chests. The puppy leans against the father's leg, offering quiet comfort. The kitten nuzzles the mother's hand, purring in the silence. The rain has slowed to a faint, rhythmic mist. The park lights flicker, bathing the family in soft gold. They look at their pets with newfound awe and gratitude. The bond between them feels deeper, forged in the darkness. The father gently lifts the baby from the stroller. The puppy trots alongside them, never taking his eyes away. The kitten follows closely, a small shadow in the night. The world feels restored, the nightmare fading into memory. The family moves as one unit, protected by their guardians. They reach the front door, the house glowing with warmth. The pets enter first, leading the way to safety. The parents close the door, locking out the cold night. The house is quiet again, filled with soft, rhythmic breathing. The baby drifts back to sleep in the nursery. The puppy curls up on the rug beside the crib. The kitten finds a spot on the windowsill, watching outside. The parents share a look, forever changed by this night. They understand now the true nature of their loyal pets. The night ends, leaving behind a sense of profound peace. The rain stops completely, leaving the world sparkling clean. The guardians of the night settle into their well-earned rest. The sanctuary is whole once more, guarded by love. The golden light of the nursery remains steady and bright.